Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is my usual weekly technical analysis outlook videos in which I will comment on what I think will happen to some FX crosses and equities. As always, before I begin, I want to clarify that this is not a solicitation or recommendation to enter into long or short positions in the names that I will mention in this video, nor do I have existing positions in them. This is not financial advice, and if you're using this content as a guide to trade, you are doing so at your own risk. Alright, let's start. These are the names that I have covered in past videos, and I will do a quick review on each of them. In the later section of this video, I will also begin covering these new names. I will also be ceasing coverage on several names as well. Do check them out towards the end of this video. I've put in timestamps, so please use them to skip to the names that interest you. In the last video on the 26th of July, I said that Nissin Foods invalidated a bullish pattern, a double bottom, and was back to being guided by the head and shoulders top on the weekly chart with a textbook target at 2,539.5. Since then, Nissin has fallen to a low over here of 2,656, which is about 91% of the textbook target, before rebounding slightly. I consider this a success, but will still wait a little longer before ceasing coverage on this name just to see if Nissin fully reaches its textbook target. I started coverage on dollar Indian rupee on the 4th of August and noted that it completed a head and shoulders bottom with a textbook target at 89.57. In the same video, I also cautioned that dollar Indian rupee is at the risk of rejection around 88. Now, dollar rupee climbed to a high over here of 87.98 before losing upside traction and declined slightly. Dollar Indian rupee is now in the correction phase of this bullish pattern, and I caution that it could go back to around 87.03, the neckline, before resuming the upside. In the video on the 4th of August, I said that dollar Thai baht completed a falling wedge bullish pattern that has a textbook target at 33.55. It underwent the correction phase over here, but I believe it has since bounced off the resistance trend line, and I believe it would soon enter the bullish resumption phase, suggesting further upside. I'll only be covering one new name in this video, and I'll start off with Alphabet, which is the parent company of Google. I suspect that it is forming a rising wedge, a bearish pattern. Upside appears to have been rejected by the resistance trend line, and note at the bottom of the chart, the RSI shows price momentum divergence. That means price continues to go higher, but the RSI is relatively lower, suggesting a near-term reversal. Breaking below this support trend line will complete this bearish pattern that has a textbook target at 175.09. Alternatively, breaking above the resistance trend line will invalidate this bearish pattern. Moving on to names that I will no longer be covering in future videos, starting off with the sterling dollar. I will cease coverage on sterling dollar because it has invalidated the head and shoulders top that I first highlighted on the 28th of July. Over here, it climbed above 1.3588 above the second shoulder, so this bearish pattern is no longer valid. I will also cease coverage on dollar IDR, dollar Indonesian rupiah, because over here price action fell below the support of the descending triangle, thereby invalidating it. Moving on to equities, I will cease coverage on Morgan Stanley because this double top was invalidated this week after price action advanced above 145.48. Finally, I will also cease coverage on C Limited because it has invalidated its cup and handle top after jumping above 170. But I expect C to be lower in upcoming sessions because of this huge gap up. In my view, gaps are usually filled, whether partially or fully. That's the end of my sharing. I will give updates to these crosses and names only when there are meaningful development, and in the next video, it will highly likely be on new crosses and new names. If you like what I'm doing, please help me out by giving me a like. Please subscribe and hit the notification button for more videos like this.